Okay. So we are again taking the topic of Unit 2, thermal and steam power plant, and topic which we are going to take is high pressure boiler. This is the new topic. High pressure boiler are the boilers which are being used in steam power stations and some other applications also. So first we will be studying the purpose of boiler. Before that, I want to tell you that in basic mechanical engineering, which has been taught to you in first year, you have studied so many types of boilers, probably in theory and in lab. Cochrane boiler was there, Lancashire boiler was there. So you have studied the basic things related to boilers. Now as we are talking about the industries, the power stations, so we'll be discussing the high pressure boilers which are actually being used, and I want to tell you the purpose of boilers, why they are used, and what are the applications of these boilers. So one by one we'll be discussing. Number one, the topic is high pressure boiler, and the purpose of boiler is number one, for generating power station in power in steam engine or steam turbine. This is the main thing. This is the thing. This is the application which is related to our topic, steam power plant, right? So for generating power in a steam engine or steam turbine, we are using boiler. Number two, in textiles engineering for sizing and bleaching. In textile industries, what is being manufactured? What is being manufactured in textile industries? Anybody? Cloth, texture, material, threads has been produced and processed in textile industries. For sizing, particular sizing of the things, for example, if you want to have a handkerchief, you need to have a 1 by 1 feet of cloth you need. Then if you are using this mask, and this much amount of cloth is needed. If you want to buy a bed sheet, then 6 by 6 size could be taken, right? So sizing is there according to the different apparels, different utilities, different things which are using, and bleaching is there because for coloring, bleaching is there. Bleaching should be needed to done with the cloth. So so the boilers are used there also because for bleaching purposes, for coloring purposes, we need to have a boiler in which they mix the color and do the dyeing and bleaching and other things. So in textile industries also boilers are being used in big textile industries. And number three, for heating and building in cold weather and for producing hot water for hot water supply. This is the another thing which is the purpose of boiler. Number four, it is being used in the process industries like sugars, fertilizers, and paper industries. They use boiler also. And next application is in the marine applications. Marine applications, we know that in shipping industry is a big industry. Marine industry is a big industry. Our Navy is having, from security point of view, and Navy ships are there. Cargo ships are there for transportation of materials from one country to another country, from one coastline to another country. Radars are there, sonars are there, so many applications, and boilers are used there also. And then comes the locomotives. Locomotives means train. Locomotive, when we are talking about locomotives, are the train engines or the train wagons and the whole train assembly. So locomotives, and now it is, I have read it in the brackets, and now it is obsolete. James Watt invented the steam engine first time in the early 90th century, but the locomotives today are mostly electric locomotives. Electric engines are being used, so steam engines are really very obsolete, right? So locomotives application, for locomotive application, boilers were used previously. Then now comes to the classification. There are six criteria on which the boiler has been classified. We are talking about the high pressure boilers, and there are six criteria according to which, on the basis of which we can categorize the particular boiler. So number one, on the basis of fluid, we have two types of boiler: fire tube boiler and water tube boiler, as you can see. And second classification is based on the basis of application. like utility boilers, then industrial boilers, then marine boilers, and then locomotive boilers. And I have told you the applications of some of the boilers also. We were discussing that in previous slides. So on the basis of application, we have utility, industrial, marine, and locomotive boilers. Then comes on the basis of access. On the basis of access, we have two types of boilers again: horizontal boilers and vertical boilers. For example, if I am holding this spoon like this, so this is vertical or horizontal? This is vertical or horizontal?
Vertical.
Vertical.
Vertical. And what is
Horizontal.
this? This is
Horizontal.
horizontal. So the boiler which we keep on using in different types of industries and different type of application, we have two things. We can hold it like this. That means a vertical arrangement could be there and horizontal arrangement could be there like this. So on the basis of axis, we have categorized the boiler in horizontal and vertical boilers. And then next is on the basis of fuel, right? Which fuel we are using to produce the heat which is going to heat up the water or a particular liquid inside the boiler. This is the main thing. So the fuel we use for generating heat, to heating up the boiler, we use coal, we can use wood, we can use gas and diesel. So four types of fuels are there on the basis of which boilers can be classified, that from which source they are being heating up. So the coal, wood, gas and diesel are the four main fuels according to which boiler are being classified. And number 5 is on the basis of pressure. So we are talking about high pressure boilers only. So on the basis of pressure, we have categorized the boiler into three types, as you can see here. Number 1, high pressure boiler. Number 2, medium pressure boiler. And number 3, low pressure boilers. So high pressure boilers are the boilers which are having pressure than 80 bars, 80 bars के ऊपर जिसका pressure होगा, जो pressure deal करते हैं, those are categorized in the high pressure boiler. And the medium pressure boilers are the boilers which comes under the category 30 to 80 bars. And the low pressure boilers are the boilers which are having pressure less than 30 bars over it. So according to the working pressure, boilers are being categorized into three types: high pressure boiler, medium pressure boiler and low pressure boiler. High more than 80, low less than 30 and medium between 30 to 80. So this is very important, and you could remember it as it could be asked into PSUs about this, and in interviews they can ask also. So you need to keep on while you will be preparing the notes, you could keep an star, or you can mark it from some other colors, or you can write it star, so that you could recall when you will be talking about the if you are preparing for the public sector examination. Then comes the on the basis of circulation of water, the boiler in boiler which by which process the water are being sent or being moved. So the two types of circulation where water circulates, we know. So the two types of circulation are there. Number 1 is natural circulation and number 2 is forced circulation. As you can see here, on the basis of circulation of water, we have categorized the boiler into two types: natural circulation, then forced circulation. So this is all about the boiler classification on the basis of fluid, application, access, fuel, pressure and circulation of water. So this thing you need to by heart. And why we are using the high pressure boiler? What is the need? So when 30 bar pressure and steam rate of 30 tons per hour is required, fire tube boilers are preferred due to low cost. This is very important point. This is very important point, as you can you can make the star mark also, because this is the thing which is very important. This fire tube boilers, where it is being used, it could be asked in the interviews as well as the PSUs. So you need to remember the pressure where the pressure is 30 bars and steam rate of 30 tons per hour. We required the fire tube boilers, which are being preferred due to low cost. Why it is preferred? Because it is of low cost. And the second, in power plant, it is necessary to produce the steam at high pressure, high rate and high efficiency. That is why high pressure boilers are used. In steam power plant, we need high pressure, high rate and high efficiency steam. So that is why we are using high pressure boiler, and where the steam pressure of 30 bars and steam rate of 30 tons per hour is required, then water tube boilers can also be used, right? Can also be preferred. And in modern high pressure boilers generate steam at the rate of 30 to 650 tons per hour. 30 tons per hour is the minimum speed. So modern high pressure boilers which are being used currently are able to generate the steam at the rate of 60 to 750 tons per hour and pressure up to 225 bar and temperature around 5500 degrees centigrade. This much is the amount of pressure, this much is the amount of temperature which is being used in a high pressure boiler and while operating the steam power plant. You can imagine how huge it is. To reduce the drum size also, we use high pressure boilers. And then comes the advantages of high pressure boilers. So high pressure boilers are, just a minute, due to forced circulation of water, evaporating capacity of boiler is increased and the size of drum is reduced. So this is the advantage of high pressure boiler. Number two, due to high velocity of water, the changes of scale formation is reduced. Scale formation की जो process है that is being reduced because the water is traveling through the high, it is not being stagnant there, right? It is being moving continuously. So while moving continuously, the water need not to stay at a particular place. So the scaling is reduced up to somewhat level in high pressure boilers. And due to uniform heating, there is less chances of overheating. Obviously, that uniform heating is there in high pressure boilers, so overheating problem is not there. And high pressure and high temperature and pressure increases the plant efficiency. This is the advantage of high pressure boiler again. And the steam which can raised quickly to meet the variable load, steam pressure and steam can be raised or decreased as per the requirement of the load, so that the steam pressure governs the turbine, right, at movement of turbine, and the movement of turbine controls the rate of generation of electricity. So steam pressure and steam temperature, velocity, production can change the electricity production according to the variable load. And last, it is using modified draught system which leads to reduction in pollution. Right, high pressure boiler uses modified draught system, so the pollution is reduced. So this is the thing. These are the advantages, and these are the different high pressure boilers which we are going to study in next class. So this is all for now. We have studied the application of high pressure boilers. We have discussed the application. We have discussed the classification and advantages of high pressure boiler.